Since she was a child growing up in Talofofo, Jenny Coffman has always been connected to her roots.
Gave me the foundation, you know, the upbringing in the village of Talofofo and driving to Molesto to visit my dad's family, you know, and going up north to Anigua and visiting my mom's side of the family. It's beach as well, you know, and so I knew what grass beds were and what type of organisms like to live in the grass beds. I walked the reefs with my uncle, being the Chiligwagwa, you know, of collecting the manahawk or the i'i, right, and putting in the basket, and walking the reefs at low tide and jumping into the tide pools and collecting the atdu, the seaweed. You know, we know that's edible, and it's seasonal, and so you know that foraging way of life. You depend on the seasons, you depend on the weather, and so you pick up all those amazing indicators, you know, of when to harvest and when not to harvest, and change over time, right? And so yes, you know, it's been like a natural experiential school, because that's the kind of environment that I adapted to, that was provided, you know. And I took full advantage of really connecting.
Jenny is co-founder of soon-to-be-sold all local and organic products under the brand Fuuna Cultures.
Fuuna Cultures is a woman-owned business, and we are focusing on, you know, creating that access to plant-based, probiotic, organic food and beverages, right, that are healing and delicious, and that's for the entire, you know, Mariana Islands.
Jenny is part of the Hadza Foundation, a local nonprofit whose mission is to enhance the well-being of Guam and to perpetuate and promote the indigenous healing practices of traditional healers.
It's just, we're just another sort of like component in that holistic approach to leading healthier lives, right? And so how I am affiliated with the Hadza Foundation is that I am in that division under Hadza, or with Hadza, where I collaborate with them, and we are focusing on, you know, preventive care approaches, as well as approaches to adjusting your, you know, Western way of eating, right? And it's not to say that we're not, that it's just totally locavore in terms of fruits and vegetables, and all your entire food source is from Guam or the Mariana Islands. You know, right now in Guam we have to be flexible and take a little bit from the different components of our current local food system and introduce more local produce, right? And food source, and going from there, and just as a general direction in the management of our island, you know, let's go ahead and increase that. Let's go ahead and improve the local food system, and to incorporate where we can connect with Saipan and Tinian and Luta, and utilize that Mariana's island food shed expansion, which, you know, the greater food shed you have, the range, the better you are off in terms of being independent from an imported food source.
Although Fuuna Cultures won't officially launch until the start of the new year, Jenny continues to inspire those seeking to live a healthier lifestyle by promoting indigenizing our diets.
We depend a lot on imports, and so we take that mentality and the approach, right, of remarkable things that are in place in society, right? I would put my attention to, as well as my power of my dollar, because that's a political statement there as well, right? And use that dollar responsibly, and you choose corporate or organizations, you choose a way of life that's going to support a cause like, you know, the local food system. And it's something that I really am very passionate, you know, about, because if we go to the Philippines and we go to Bali and we go to these, you know, Thailand, but talk about abundant local food system, right? That's in demand, that have this support. And so we as a people here on the island, and the whole entire Mariana Islands, as well as Micronesia, I take that back because there's a lot of beautiful places that live subsistence, and they go and forage, and they work with what, you know, seasons provide them as far as food, right? And so with that being said, here throughout the Mariana Islands, you know, we're a reflection of our Western our Western way of, it's a definition of a Western way of life.
Eating a decolonized diet or more local produce not only means it's fresher, but also healthier and not processed.
I know for a fact that there's no inputs that they have to put in, you know, that they have to add to make the tree successful, right, and produce beautiful fruits, right? And so you know, wherever I go, I know that when I shop for laguna or I pick up a mango, you know, it grows in everybody's backyard and in the jungle. Right, so that's never a concern about clean foods, right? Clean, wholesome foods. And so when you're, you know, going outside of that component, you have to do your homework in terms of where's my food coming from, right? And that's a big component to being leading a locavore lifestyle.
Fuuna Cultures is expected to start up in January, offering what Jenny says access to healthier, delicious options that are in line with health and wellness. For now, you can check out our Instagram pages, Fuuna Cultures and Probiotic Health.